I'm Sean Granham, and I am really glad to present a brand new series called Meet the Movement, starting off with Dean Chu of one of my favourite labels out there called Darker Than Wax. Dean, how you doing?
You. I'm very well, man. Nice to meet you finally.
Yeah.
To put the face to the name, you know what I mean?
Hey, I should be saying the same, man. Yeah. So I'm going to start with a couple questions about Darker Than Wax.
Sure.
Then some about yourself, and then move back into the Darker Than Wax realm. First off, I'm sure you've had to do this a whole bunch of times in every interview, but what is the story behind Darker Than Wax's creation?
All right. Well, to kind of make it short and concise for everyone, basically, Kay, the other co-founder, and myself, we've known each other for more than a decade. He being a self-taught musician, saxophonist, I being a DJ and collector of the vinyls for a long time now. We just met, obviously in the local club circuit many years ago, and obviously started playing together, started gigging together, and then starting to get an understanding of each other back then. And then we were all rooted in jazz. I've always been a jazz lover. He's been a jazz lover from day one. And obviously, with jazz being one of the main forms of music, it allows you to just, obviously diversify into everything that's, hip hop, boogie, house, Latin, reggae, dub, as you know, all the different cousins of music anyway, right? So I think our approach has always been about the diversity in music. And obviously then we started producing, we started doing pirate radio back in the days, linking up with so many different selectors and their radio stations back in the day. And this is like, you're talking about like proper late 90s kind of, very HTML based kind of radio setup.
It must be different back then, man.
Very different, man. So but that I guess gave us really the foundation of actually linking up with people around the globe, not only just producing our own music, but also linking with all these like-minded people who are doing exactly the same thing as us. So in a way, we've always been used to this whole, I guess, social media way of connecting with people anyway. Yeah. And then I guess when MySpace came, SoulSeek came, the golden era of MySpace, that was what really started it all, way before SoundCloud anyway. So if you're on SoulSeek and you're on MySpace, you know the game exactly how it works. Like people are there, all the musicians, all the DJs, all the labels were there. So that was really our foundation. And I guess one thing led to the other, and then we realized, look, we really needed a platform and a label to represent ourselves, as well as the people that we met musically that really inspired us. Obviously, a lot of the earlier guys like Taku was actually one of the earliest guys that worked with us on the label. A lot of people actually didn't know about that. So, and then that was how it really all started. It was just like this desire to put out music that we believe in, and obviously putting out our own shit as well. And people from around Southeast Asia that we knew. There was a scene here, but I think a lot of people don't really know what exists in this part of the world, especially with Singapore, where everyone just thinks that Singapore is like a dry musical desert, like a creative desert. But we beg to differ, obviously. There's a lot of things happening here right now. And we just want to use the label as a beacon to represent that, to bring down that whole stigma.
Yeah.
So that's basically the essence of what Darker Than Wax is about. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Yeah, Taku, his release, KT, is one of my favorite projects actually. It's only I think 4 tracks, but
that's right.
It's brilliant.
Oh, nice. Good to hear.
I found out about him from Tall Black Guy doing a compilation called Tempo Dreams Volume 1.
Yes.
Jazz.
Yes.
And it took me a while before I actually realized that he had put something out on Darker Than Wax. And the same goes for Evil Needle.
Exactly.
Because his Homeworks EP came out through you guys as well. And we talked about that when I interviewed him. So. Oh,
right. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, well, I guess everything just kind of happened around the same time as Joe and Selection and all the guys. 2011, I think everything just happened organically. But, as for me, like when I started the label, everything was like a learning. It was like playground for me, right? I was just learning things as I go along. Some things I did it right, some things I didn't. Retrospectively, I think it was just really this urge to connect with people and stuff. And as with me, Evil Needle, he actually came to us because he liked what I did with the artworks. So it was just like a visual connection. He liked all the stuff that I did for all the releases because I really curate all the artwork for the releases, and that's how the whole connection with Evo actually started and stuff. So
awesome, man. And the artwork for that EP is really dope as well. It's like a sectioned off kind of highway, isn't it?
Highway, yeah. It was like two highways about to be connected together, and it was just that moment in Jakarta when I was there. I went like, okay, I think I can use this right now, and it just kind of made sense.
It fit perfectly, man. It fit perfectly. After you and Kay, who's first signed to Darker Than Wax?
Actually, the very first release, Costa Nostra, which was a house release, which also had support from Left. So that's actually me and Kay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the earlier guys, so obviously that was the first release, Taku being the third. The second one is actually my homie Saul Martin from Cascade Records in Paris.
Oh yeah.
And he goes by the production name of Sport G.
And Fantastic Click.
Exactly. Very, very underrated guy, but he has his own sound. And I connected with Sport G way back in MySpace.
Yeah.
When he was doing his whole conversation jazz kind of series. So that was really, that's like proper beginning. And obviously connecting with the Taiwanese beatmaker Luvia, Juno Akasawa, a Parisian mathematician / musician who was just crazy with the Juno, but recently just kind of went a bit quiet because of his work and stuff. And so that was really the early foundation and the beginnings of the label. And then I guess when Monk came in, when I did my A&R, when I discovered Monk, that was what really just, I guess, set the momentum going for Darker Than Wax. Obviously with Samuel Truth as well, as you know.
Yeah.
Who's known as Troy Samuel. Yeah, okay, what up?
Yeah. Cool,
So,
man.
yeah.
That's crazy because, like you said, Sal Martin is on Cascade Records, and you guys did the collaboration "Feelings in Color"
Exactly.
a couple of years later, which is crazy. Dope compilation, by the way.
Oh, thank you, man. Man, you know everything, bro.
I know a bit, but yeah, it's good to see guys like Sir Fodrick and Obliv and
Yes.
I'm in Pain.
Yeah, man, bro.
Yeah,
Those are
alongside
homies,
guys
man.
like you, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
Really cool.
Fitz Ambrose is so underrated. Sir Froderick, man, he from way back. I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
And my boy, he's such a hard worker, super humble. Connected with him greatly when I went to Melbourne to play for some shows. All really good guys, just down to earth, no ass. Just about. It's just really an extended family working together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, man. So next question: other than yourself and Kay, what people have been most influential in getting DTW to where it is now?
Well, besides the two co-founders, really my core team will be Ra, Jordan, Marco Weibel, and then John. They're all kind of from everywhere, but all Singaporeans in a way. Very strange. Jordan, he's Canadian. Ra is she's Malay and she's Singaporean. And then John's straight up, Singaporean dude. And Marco is kind of half German, half he's Eurasian basically. So it's quite a very interesting sort of racial makeup.
Yeah.
And then we're all DJs. They help out with different stuff. I do a lot of the A&R and the creative side. Kay helps me a lot with the back end and stuff. Ra helps me in the PR, with the marketing side, especially on the local front. Marco helps me a lot with some of the multimedia stuff as well. And he's a fantastic up-and-coming selector and DJ. And then John, he purely helps me with the Instagram, social media sort of quick 15-second videos and stuff of our music clips and stuff. And then if you talk about the greater envelope, we have Archie, who's really repping us hard in Jakarta. So he's really doing a good job spreading the foundation in Jakarta.
Yeah.
And it's quite interesting how we have actually a very strong following in Jakarta as well right now. So that's really my core, my core team.
Cool, man.
Yeah, so at least you kind of know the team now. It's just that, we always kind of keep ourselves quite low key. We never really, do you know what I mean? A lot of people still don't know who runs Darker Than Wax, and I kind of like the mystique in a way. Not to sound pretentious,
This
but
is kind of
I
going
kind of
against the interview.
Yeah, I know.
I'm playing.
But I think it's time that we just become more and more obvious, as a team.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's time.
Cool. So about yourself, where does the Funk Bastard moniker come from?
That's quite an interesting one. I'm always very bad at giving myself names, but it was just this very random night when I was playing with one of the veteran radio DJs in Singapore. And I was just doing my set, and I've always been known to blend different genres together anyway. has always been my forte with my sets. And he randomly turned back to me and said, "You know what you should call yourself?" And I said, "What?" And he just went, "You should call yourself the Funk Bastard." And it kind of made sense to me. It's a bit of a strange name, but if you think about it, it really makes sense. Because obviously bastard mean, you're kind of quite vague, ambiguous. You kind of come from nowhere but everywhere at the same time. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's like a mixture. So that's really how I am as a DJ. Highly eclectic, highly temperamental, but it makes sense as well, So that's really what defines me, I guess. Yeah.
Cool. Who is the Singaporean DJ, just in case there's anyone out there who knows the scene?
He's a radio DJ from back in the days, very passionate guy by the name of Chris Ho. He's really one of the guys that's been around since the early 80s, doing part of the whole punk movement, a real music historian as well, cares a lot about the scene, and he's still pushing the scene forward. So yeah, he's one of our local heroes, really.
I'm sure
so
he appreciates that respect from you.
Yeah, and he's been so supportive of what we do. He fundamentally believes in what we do, and I think the movement now has been gaining a lot of international fans, like lynd-oh. lynd-oh has been so good to us, like really pushing our movement out. So he's been really one of the instrumental guys, out there. Obviously, so many people, right? I mean, I'm grateful. I'm really grateful.
Yeah, I can tell, man. So by day, you're a co-director. Forgive me if I get the pronunciation wrong, but Fur?
Yes, Fur.
Okay.
You got it right. You got it
right. Good. It's an architectural design practice. Do you find that your passions for architecture, design, and music often intertwine or build off of each other?
Definitely. Like, both are very spatial beings. So, I don't think you can separate space away from music, because methodology is the same. They're both spatial creatures, they're both intuitive, and they're both mathematical and structural at the same time. So what I do with my music informs what I do with my design anyway, which is why I feel very blessed to be in this position. It gets very tiring because Darker Than Wax is as full-time as Fur.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't know how intense my life can get, actually.
I bet.
Yeah, but at the same time, I tell myself, look, I'm in a very capitalistic society like Singapore, where I don't think a lot of people can go against the grain and really carve out a living for themselves doing what they love. So I'm really less than the 5% of people here who are able to do that. So I have no complaints, man, bro. I'm blessed, man. I'm just gonna keep on for as long as I can, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. You're a big vinyl collector. How did you get into that practice?
I guess my very first influence was actually British synth pop, like very early Level 42, Human League, and all that kind of synthy 80s English pop, but good pop.
Yeah.
So that was really my foray. I bought my first Human League LP, and I guess it just kind of one thing led to the other. Went to Australia to study architecture in '96. Discovered Chicago, Detroit house, and met a few DJs there, and that was it, bro. No turning back. So what? It just became into this 7,000 strong vinyl collection and growing. So yeah.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm
so
sure there are a couple of stores out there that wish they could see your collection, man.
Yeah, no, it's small compared to a lot of the other vinyl junkies out there, but it's quality over quantity, I always believe, anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm going off track here because this wasn't in my question list, but Darker Than Wax's origins are kind of rooted in house in a way as well.
Exactly.
When you say, because especially as Cosa Nostra,
that's
you
right.
guys are kind of like house beasts, you and K.
That's right.
So what's the relation? Like, how did Cosa Nostra form, and why house? How did you guys come about making house? Was it just, obviously it was a natural thing, but how did that happen?
Well, just go back to Perth again. I think house is one of the earliest forms of music that I discovered after British synth pop, which is very interesting because a lot of other people, I guess they discover soul, boogie, classics first, right, before venturing in house.
Yeah.
It was interesting for me. I kind of went forwards and then backwards, reverse. Because then through house, especially Chicago house, where they loop a lot of the disco classics and boogie classics, that's where you go like, oh, samples. It's like hip hop, same methodology, right? You go back to rock, you go back to Afro jazz, you go back to Latin, same kind of approach. So for me, it was really like a forwards, backwards sort of approach. So I started digging so hardcore into the soul stuff, boogie stuff, and that really just formed the basis. And then Kay, he was a jazz guy that wanted to learn more about the new stuff. So I introduced him to the likes of Moody Man, Theo Parrish, all the Chicago, Detroit staples, and he got onto it. And then we just started muddling around with productions, and then that's how really Costa Nostra came about and stuff. And then, so we are essentially like house heads, because I think house is just a groove, right? Like if you get the loop right, if you get the vibe right, it's timeless, man. It's just like good hip hop. It's just like Dilla, man. There's no difference. And you know what? I wish more younger producers can understand that. Like, to know house or hip hop, you have to dip, man. You have to know the roots. You have to know the funk. You have to know the disco. You have to know the boogie. Disclosure didn't produce house music listening to new stuff. They know their shit. They know hip hop. They know boogie. They know disco. You can't produce good house music listening to Disclosure. You have to step back in time, and that's what really the DNA of Dark Dynamics is about. It's about old, new, and the future all together. There is no past, future, or present. It's only what is relevant.
It's a constant, yeah. And
it's a constant, yes.
That's why I have so much respect for Disclosure, because they did their homework. They post about Dilla,
exactly.
and they listen to like a lot of people that are coming up, like Melodies and Phony. They posted about him the other day. I was like, what the heck are they like? How do they know? They have their ears like just so in tune to the streets, because they're not about finding the shortcut or taking what's popular out there. And this kind of ties into how I see Dark and the Wax as well. It's all about doing your homework and letting it flow from within. And Disclosure seems to match it with that kind of darker than wax mentality quite a bit. Yes. Which is why I think our label is not that accessible. Like, okay, I'll be straight up with you, Sean. Like, a lot of people ask me, like, in terms of numbers, right? Not that really bothers me, but they keep asking me, like, why aren't we like a 60, 70,000 strong label, like, say, Her What Aware or like Selection and all? But then my answer is that it's great to have those numbers, and then kudos to everyone out there who's doing that shit. But then I think the thing about us is we believe in growing slowly. We believe in doing our homework, building a movement based on longevity in that way, you know. And which is why I think our label is just so inaccessible sometimes, because I think we're just too diverse. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think it takes a longer time for people to get and understand what we do. But once you get it, I think you get it. Exactly, and like you said, on the one hand, numbers don't matter, but obviously, like, people are always like quantifying people's value and pages value. So it's inevitable that you're going to compare to other people like that or other labels. But it's different approaches.
It's different approaches
with all the same goal, and it's all good music. But I feel like the experience that Dark Than Wax is cultivating is noticeably different from pretty much everything else that's out there.
Oh wow, thank you very much.
No, it's my pleasure, man. But
it means a lot to hear that, bro.
Yeah, what you're building, I wouldn't expect that to be something that would be built in a day. Yeah, it takes time.
It takes time. It really takes time. Yeah, exactly. Cool. No, but it means a lot to hear that, man. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
My pleasure, dude. So what's your favorite record that you've picked up in the past year? I mean, looking at your background, you may need to take a while.
Yeah. I think I might have one, actually. It's a 70s Japanese jazz released under the classic Three Blind Mice label. It's a George Osuka Quintet.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah, it's called, the album is called Physical Structure. He did a killer version of John Coltrane's classic track Naima. So I basically picked this up from, I think it was from Kobe. One of my digging trips in Kobe. So yeah, this one. This is one of my favorites, actually.
Cool, man.
Yeah. Wasn't cheap as well.
Why? What's your reason?
I guess I've always been a mad collector of Japanese jazz and Three Blind Mice, particularly Three Blind Mice releases. But this was just so spatial, you know. His take on Naima was so spatial. Obviously very, very Japanese as well. If you listen to a lot of the Japanese stuff, then you kind of know what I mean. But yeah, it's just sublime, man. It's just smooth, carefully programmed, and like just smooth.
Cool. I'm looking forward to getting in there and hearing it for myself.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Sweet. So, what was your biggest highlight of last year?
Sure. I think the biggest highlight was actually doing Feelings of Color. Like, putting out a physical product with another label that I have so much love and respect for, and especially with Saul Martin, one of my soul brothers. So that was really, one of the moments for me, man. Like, that made a lot of sense and affirmed my belief that I'm in this for the long haul. Like, fully. And just how our 10K compilation, that we obviously released to celebrate the whole 10K following on Facebook, how it got picked up by so many different around the world that was beyond my expectations, because I never knew that would actually blow up in that way. Well, in a small way anyway. But so for me, that was like, yeah, man, we're doing something okay.
Yeah, it's definitely a movement, and you're definitely moving. I tweeted when it came out, actually. I think I was like, that compilation is one of my favorites.
I remember
it's not the favorite of last year because it's just so diverse. And that's not to say other compilations aren't, but again, it's just this unique attribute that Darker Than Wax has about, like, expanding into house. A lot of labels don't do that. They're all they're all focused on what people classify as like forward thinking, when they don't realize that forward thinking music is available in pretty much every genre.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
But yeah, everyone came correct on that compilation, man. Shem,
Karamak Dark or Moods?
Oh no, I was thinking of Try and K Hard to, but yeah, Karamak Dag. What's the song called?
Professor?
Yeah, that one as well. Lady? Is that one called?
Yeah. Damn Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, Damn Girl. Oh man, that track is so...
Yeah.
Oh man, slow-mo G-Funk vibe, bro. Slow-mo G-Funk vibe, man. Professor is so underrated. I just wish more people know about him. He's really good. He's really, really good.
Yeah. And try and track Sister as well.
Oh man, yeah. That was Lefto's track of the year last year.
Yeah, I saw you guys throwing it, man. Congratulations.
Pretty crazy.
He sounds like MJ on that, man. Like, I was getting some weird vibes. It was just fine for a second.
Yeah, I know, man. That track was nasty, and that was a track that he did like I think 5 or 6 years ago, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, so pretty crazy. Trend is pretty crazy.
Yeah, he's been around for a long time, hasn't he? Even though like he's sort of only now becoming known. He's actually
long time.
I don't know if he's had a career or whatever, but he's been making music for a while.
Since the 80s, man. Like
wow.
He's seen through everything. Like, and the funny thing is this: I used to like this production outfit called Chikumai, which is a Japanese sort of production outfit. I never knew it was him. And it blew my mind when he told me Chikumai was actually him. And yeah, dude, I was just like, okay, that's it.
That's like a full circle moment right there.
Exactly, bro. It was a full circle because I was collecting all the Chikumai stuff. And then when he hit me up saying, hey, man, I don't know whether you know about me, but I would like to join the label. I'm like, dude, you gotta be kidding me, man.
Here's your pass, walk right in.
There's a pass, walk right in. It was just like when Moods hit up to me and said, excuse me, I don't know whether you know my music, but I'd like to introduce myself. I was like, Nick, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah.
So
amazing as well, man.
Yeah, Moods is nasty, man. He's a beast, man.
Yeah, I'm waiting for him to drop something though, because I don't think he's dropped anything in a while. Like when he dropped All I Need, that MJ sample, that was like a draft last year. He said he was working on something, but I don't know where he is, man. People are hungry. We're hungry.
People are hungry,
yeah, we're hungry.
I'll tell him.
Yeah, pass it on. But,
yeah, for real, bro.
Yeah, so if you had to choose one song or project that defines Darker Than Wax as a label, what would it be?
Ooh, that's really difficult. I would still say Feelings of Color, man. Like if I could say, I mean, I think each and every EP released by my artist shows a certain facet of our universe. But I think Feelings of Color really exemplifies what we are about in terms of the DNA, like diversity, forward-thinking music across all genres, because there shouldn't be any categories. You can't use words to define music. There is no future, It's only how you think about music, really. It has all been done. It's just how you translate your ideas and how you interpret your ideas. That's it.
Yeah.
Simply
History
said.
repeating itself.
Yes, exactly. Full cycle, bro. Like what you said.
Cool.
Yeah.
So if you could change one thing about the scene that Darker Than Wax exists in, what would it be?
Lose the ego, be less competitive, stop having that whole sort of like faux humility. And I'll say that because I just think that the problem right now is that everyone kind of, everyone sort of patronizes everyone without actually helping each other. I'm really seeing that whole competitive nature. I think competition is healthy, but not to the point where everyone starts like, saying, hey man, it's about this thing over this, or this is a game changer, or like this label is leading the rest. I don't think it's about that. I think it's about coexistence. And I fundamentally do think it has always been about coexistence. And I'll strongly encourage more and more people to think about that. Stop thinking more about play, stop thinking more about repost, concentrate on your music, do your homework, and the rest will follow.
Cool. I think you nailed it in one breath there, man. That was crazy. You're rattling off. Good answer there. It's funny as well, because thinking about it, if there was one trend that I could end, it'd probably be producer beef.
Oh yeah, man, bro.
Last year it got kind of ridiculous towards the end, man. Everyone criticizing everyone. It was
exactly. I'm sure you saw the Twitter war, right? All the Twitter beef and stuff. Stupid, man. It was stupid.
Over the most insignificant things, man.
Yeah, over just little words and stuff, which is why I think for us, if you notice, right, we really choose to be quite neutral. We are in it, but we're out of it, because I just don't want my guys and me to be part of this whole contamination, man, if I can use that word. Like, I think I respect everyone for doing what they do, because I know everyone does it out of love, but we need to just be aware of these tensions and aggravations and whatnot.
Yeah.
Fully, yeah.
Definitely.
But yeah, I guess it's unavoidable sometimes.
There's that as well.
There's that as well, yeah.
So, what would you say is the biggest change you've noticed as Darker Than Wax has gained prominence over the past few years?
Obviously doors opening up for us, shows opening up for us. Like, I'm about to go to New York and Brazil to do a 5-show showcase, 5-city showcase. So I'm really starting to see more doors opening, promoters slowly hitting us up, asking me for like contacts to my artists, booking them for shows and stuff. So I think we're slowly and interestingly becoming like a self-sustainable agency, if you like, where we handle the music side, we handle the artist side, we handle brand management and stuff. So it's quite interesting to see how it's really, I guess, transcended beyond, I guess, the traditional confines of a label, if you like. Like, you know, I mean, we're obviously we are far from being a publishing house, and I don't think we'll ever be anyway. But I think we're almost becoming like a think tank in a way, you know, like just a movement of ideas. And I've always emphasized the label as a movement of ideas. It's not a label per se, but carrying the spirit of old traditional labels like K7, Compost Records, Ninja Tunes, all the old guys are still around doing stuff. I learn a lot from those labels, and I want to inculcate that sort of values into the label, if you like. But yeah. Longevity, bro.
Cool, man. Yeah. I mean, doing all of that stuff in-house has got to make your product so cohesive.
Consistent.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. There can never be any other ways. So, I mean, if you look at selection and all this, I mean, kudos to them with their brand direction, because Andre Power thinks exactly like I do. Curation is key, man. Conversation, your narrative has to be the same. Yeah, consistent.
There's strength in unity.
Exactly, for sure.
Cool. So yeah, tell me about your upcoming Brazil tour and the NY stops. You're gonna be there with Neguin Beats as well, right? And someone else.
Yeah, Goyama, he's gonna join us.
Awesome.
Yeah, because Goyama also recently joined us as well. Good guy. He did an EP for us, which is a tribute to Hayao Miyazaki. So
I know, man. Trust me, I know.
You know that one,
yeah. What's it called? Glimpses Through the Spirit Plane, something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, bro.
Sick project.
Sick project, right? Like crazy project, crazy.
He's crazy though, because he does that all the time. Like he's done a couple like Samurai Champloo and Space Dandy like anime flips as well. And being someone who's always like into that kind of Japanese culture, he just kills it, man. And he's dope on the boards, he's dope on guitar.
Oh man.
Yeah, I need to interview Scooter, man. Like, he's on my list and he knows it, but I just haven't gotten around to it.
And he's a ramen lover as well, so there you go.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, he's a huge ramen fiend. So yeah, I'm gonna play with him and Marco Weibel in New York, 2 shows, and then I head over to Rio first to link up with the collective called Doom, and then playing with the Grim Beats and Marco in Sao Paulo, and I head over to Curitiba further down south to link up with the Sweet Grooves Invaders collective, and then finally with the Nas crew in Porto Alegre. So quite a full-on tour.
Yeah, so is it your first time to Brazil?
Yes, my first time to Brazil ever.
Are you excited?
So I'm pretty excited. Yeah, a lot to coordinate, but I'm really excited. Yeah, I think it's gonna be good because what's interesting is that no one knew about Negrim until we kind of put him out on the label, and then all these Brazilian guys stand going, man, who's this guy? This guy is like from the countryside of Brazil, discovered by a Singaporean label out of all countries. Yeah, right under our noses. And that's why I think we managed to build a strong Brazilian community through Negrim as well. So I'm just really hoping to go there to reinforce and solidify this whole foundation with them. You know? Yeah. All organic growth, bro. Like no plans. Just see where it takes us. Like it can be very frustrating sometimes, but overall it's good. Yeah. And thanks to guys like you, like you guys show love. I'm really, really very grateful, man. Like to each and everyone out there. Like really.
Nah, we all appreciate you guys too, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
The quality of the music that you're giving us is just too consistent to do anything but support you guys fully.
Thank you, man.
Nah. My pleasure. So how do you pick your track selections for your weekly radio show? Because you're on UK radio, right? The station's
right.
Bang Radio?
Yeah, Bang Radio 103.6, yeah.
Yeah.
How do I pick? I always make a point to like link the dots, like almost like what Giles always does with the show. Like I'm very influenced by the way Lefto and Giles do their host their radio shows. Like
yeah, me too.
Right? I'm sure you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just not about the old, but it's also about the new. Making sure that there isn't a difference when the way you blend them together. Then you can't really quite tell which is which. I like that vagueness. I like the ambiguity in my radio shows where you can't quite tell whether this boogie track is now or before. And I think that's the beauty of a radio show, for me anyway. Because when I used to do my pirate radio called Public Nuisance back in the day, it has always been like that. It has always been all about a mismatch of so many different styles, and that's because that's how I am. And the way I mix, I just see remixing 2 tracks on the spot. Like I call them blends. So the whole radio show is just like one blend, just one blend,
Yeah, kind of like a long tapestry with a whole bunch of different things woven in, right?
Exactly. You're right.
Cool.
You put it correctly. Yeah.
Thank you, man. Speaking of like Giles, obviously like his style is awesome, and it's great that residencies on BBC One, like from Flying Lotus and Kate Trinada. I don't know if you've heard any of theirs yet. They've done 2 so far, I think, but they do the same thing. Yeah. Cage's not just playing the future like housey stuff. He's also got some old school classics in there because that's what he's influenced by.
Exactly.
And the same with Flylo. Flylo's influences are so wide ranging, and as your own and myself, I'm sure. So it's cool that these guys are like pushing it forward, yourself included. Keeping the old stuff alive and
keeping old stuff alive. Exactly.
What's current and what's next as well.
Yep, and that's what separates them, because they did their homework. They know their homework. You can't touch their homework because they've done it. They've all done it.
Yeah.
It's like they know, and yourself included as well. It's very important to do your homework.
Cool. So, do you and Kay get much time to perform as Cosa Nostra these days? From what I've heard of the gigs, they sound insane.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, bro, we're played with everyone, really. We're played with everyone from like, the biggest names to the most underground ones. So, I mean, we kind of play with mostly everyone. Like, I think a lot of people know what we do, and we're just kind of like Singapore's best kept secret in a way.
Yeah.
But right now, we don't really have that much of a chance to play together at Cosa Nostra anymore, because Kay is full-time musician, so he does his own gigs. Well, I kind of play as Funk Bastard as well. So, not as much as before, but also because the label is growing so rapidly that we are really busy managing the label. The dry stuff, accounting, backlogs, the crunch, the numbers. Yeah. So
crunch those numbers.
The crunching the numbers, yeah, exactly. But when we have a chance, we get to play together for sure.
Cool. Is Michaela Therese a part of Cosa Nostra, or is she just a frequent collaborator?
She's just a freaking collaborator. Great musician as well. Great vocalist. One of our soul sisters. Collaborated with us on our first release for Darker Than Wax. She was Miss Mike. She's the vocalist on that track actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, she's really part of this very closely knit group of musicians that we work with. And obviously, you know, Taj, which is that 3-piece soul jazz band that we recently put up. And I was very glad to put them out because I just thought they really fitted the ethos of Darker Than Wax, that whole crossover Robert Glasper sort of vibe, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You're making me reorder my questions because you're talking about what's next before I even
get
it.
So sorry.
No, it's great. So your latest release features Singaporean jazz and soul outfit Taj. How did you find out about them?
Well, the frontman Tim Dakota, as well as Audrey and obviously Jerome, they have been musicians in the local scene for a while, and they represent that young, very informative, very hungry musicians in Singapore. And these guys, man, they're really talented. They represent this whole rising, you know, like young musicians currently right now in Singapore. And Kay, obviously being a musician, he's very in touch with all the musician side of things. So he told me about them. I checked them out a couple of times, saw it, got blown away when they did their whole Dylan interpretations. I was just like, oh man, this is it, eh? Like the vibe was just there, you know, like spoke to Kay, they showed me their EP and I went, we gotta do this. And we thought it'd be just interesting to get Jail to do a hip-hop remix while we did a Costa Nostra House remix to package them together. And yeah, it was great, man. Like it was a bit of a gamble because, you know, I think a lot of people associate Darker Than Wax as a beat label, but we're never a beat label anyway.
Yeah.
So to kind of venture from that into like this very esoteric jazz release was, frankly, to me, a big risk, but it was a risk that I think we needed to take to break ourselves from that whole classification as well, you know?
Yeah.
And obviously gain us a different type of audience, which thankfully it has. Like, yeah.
I'm sure.
So
yeah,
it's paid off in a way.
Yeah, like that release for me, like it's different to any of your other releases in a major way, and
sure, it
kind of solidifies that idea that like Darker Than Wax as a collective or label is kind of closer to what Giles Peterson might do, for example.
Like Brownswood.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, like Brownswood.
Like Brownswood.
Exactly. Like there's just so much on offer there.
That's right.
Cool. So can you tell me more about the Singaporean music scene?
It's bustling right now. Like I think we're going full cycle. I mean, it has always been very bustling since the early 90s, like the first generation of DJs. I kind of technically belong to the second generation of DJs coming out from mid to late 90s. There's always a scene, but as you know, with any scene around the world, you go through cycles. So right now, we're getting to a point where you have a lot younger beat makers, homegrown producers, and DJs all coming out right now, all obviously being more open-minded than ever before because of social media, you know, ease of technology and internet, all that kind of stuff. So right now, I would say the pace in Singapore is great. Like, I think if everything goes well in the next few years, I think the world is going to hear a lot more from Singapore. And I mean, everyone comes to play right now. I think Asia is really where it's at right now, you know, Southeast Asia especially. And because Singapore has always been such a cosmopolitan society, obviously from attributes of it being a, you know, British colony before. So, you know, the whole Anglo-Saxon influence has always been here. The whole East meets West kind of melting pot scenario has always been here. So yeah, we're just like a rubber sponge, really, bro. Like we just absorb things from everywhere, and then we just kind of keep morphing, you know. So
yeah.
To me, Singapore is interesting. Like having no culture is our culture, if you like, you know.
Yeah, you kind of take bits from everything. It kind of reflects Darker Than Wax in a way as well, because it's not just limited to one thing.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. I was only researching for this interview that I realized that Loki Larido is actually you and Kay as well.
Yeah.
Because I've loved your Say My Name remix, and I played it in one of my first mixes actually when I started DJing last year.
Thank you.
What's the difference between Costa Nostra and Loki Larido? I mean, obviously sonically I can tell, I guess one's house and the other's a bit more soulful and synthy, but
I think Loki Larido is kind of like a foray into the experimental beats, soulful beats, hip-hop, boogie side of things. Like, obviously Costa Nostra is a very house-based project, but because Kay and I also have a deep love for hip-hop, I mean, obviously coming from Dilla, Tribe Called Quest and stuff, and obviously into the whole so-called future beat stuff, which I'm obviously very heavily into as well. Loki Labrido was just like a very natural extension of what we do from Costa Nostra. Now, unfortunately, we haven't been able to have more time to work on an actual, well, I guess the second Loki Laredo EP. But the first one kind of did quite well. I mean, Fulgence kind of supported it greatly, and they had a Fulgence remix as well. And I think Joe K played one of the tracks, Keeps in Motion, on his early Selection radio days. And yeah, I mean, I'm quite itchy to get back into studio with K to continue this whole Loki Laredo thing, actually. The name also came by entirely like out of like accidents, or like proper serendipity that right there. Like,
how did it happen? You can't tell me that and not tell me the story.
Oh yeah. It was just a typo error, man.
Okay.
Purely from like iPhone's typo error. I think I was meant to type something, and then suddenly we're brainstorming for a name, and then suddenly Loki Laredo came out. I was like, okay, I just went, what the hell is that? And I went like, yo, that sounds quite cool. And then Loki, as we found out, is actually a Greek mythology sort of for, you know, I'm sure you know,
God, like God. Thor's brother as well, for those who don't know, but watch those
exactly,
Marvel movies.
Exactly. If you watch the Marvels, exactly, like, it's basically like confusion. So we thought, hey, it's quite interesting that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, bro, you know everything, man. You know everything.
No. I try. It's the least I can do when I'm going into an interview.
Yeah, for sure, man. Thank you.
Yeah, so what artists should we be looking out for this year, in your eyes?
You mean from us or from generally everything?
You can start with Darker Than Wax and then move on to in general as well. I mean, both are cool.
Sure. Let's touch on in general. I think right now, I personally do find like the whole house scene, like I think cross-pollinating with the whole deep Jersey grime stuff is quite interesting.
Yeah.
There's really that whole sort of hybrid sound coming. Obviously, you know, guys like Future Brown, like Color Plus on Terrorism, which by the way, the latest Color Plus on Terrorism is really fresh.
Magenta Sequence? Yeah.
Yeah,
what's the first song called?
Manganta Secret, USB People. USB People.
Yeah, that's a tune as well.
Yo, like USB People for me right now is the fresh shit. Like if I can put a word to that, it's fresh. Like it's got house, it's got Jersey, it's got a whole laser sort of Night Slugs vibe that he has managed to really encapsulate very well in this EP. I was really impressed. Like I was really impressed. So for me right now, that scene is cool. Like that whole sound is really cool. To be honest, I think this whole future thing is getting a tad too saturated for my liking. I continue to see a lot of people going back to roots again, like a lot of the root stuff, like basic stuff, and reinventing the whole wheel again. So I think 2015 is going to be quite interesting that way.
Cool.
And then on our domestic front, Shem's working on a house garage EP.
Is that the one that he's already said he's putting out, or is that a different one?
No, that's a different one. I think that might be on Soulfi. I'm not so sure. Yeah. Cool. Sham's always quite vague as well, so I kind of leave it to him to update me when he can. So
yeah.
But he's specifically working on a house garage EP for us, because that's really what I think I want him to put out on Darker Than Wax, to separate himself away from the whole beat grime thing anyway. Samuel Troy is going to work on something. Trey is going to work on an 80s funk inspired album, so watch out for that.
So who's that? Trias?
Trey and Kayatu.
Tryan, sorry, yeah. So there's another dude called Trias who makes similar, like, vibe.
Trias is nuts, man. Trias
he's dope.
He's dope. He's so underrated as well. He's dope. So he's gonna collaborate with a few people. We are gonna put out an EP for Mickey Rose, that vocalist from LA, together with Movement. So that should be quite interesting. Sham's on it, Jari's on it, Kayu's on it, Trian is on it again. FZPZ is on it, Singaporean guy that I just recently picked up.
Okay, the name kind of rings a bell, but I'm not sure why.
Yeah,
it's one of the ones where you see like a 1,000 names every day and you're not sure where it comes from.
For real. He's up and coming, really good, classically trained as well. So I'm gonna release his stuff on the next Artist Spotlight series, and I'm sure you know about it, because I'm gonna keep you peeled on that as well.
Yeah. I keep an eye already, but
for real, bro.
It, man.
For real, man.
Sounds like a busy year ahead.
Yeah, pretty busy, and obviously with shows possibly in Europe in the later part of the year. I'm working towards that right now. So yeah, we'll see.
Cool. Okay. Second to last question.
Sure.
When can we expect version 2.0 of the website to go live?
A very good question. It's met with some delays, unfortunately, but I can safely say now in the next 2 months it's gonna be up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Yeah,
Not that
hold
it
me to
means
that.
anything, but I'm gonna hold you to that.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's time. Yeah, we gotta get it done.
Okay, cool. And I think you answered this already just now, actually. But yeah, my final question was, what are Darker Than Wax's plans for the year?
Yeah, more shows, more collabs. We're kind of working with another production company called Amok Films. So we're gonna produce this series called In the Pocket, which is basically like a intimate live session of DJs and selected musicians playing in a very local shop house in Singapore. It's one of my pet projects that I am really excited about. So you're gonna see it over the next few months. I'm not gonna say a lot more, but yeah, it's gonna be quite interesting. It's gonna be quite interesting. And then a second vinyl collab with Cascade coming right up in October.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Busy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh,
Cool. Yes.
extra question.
Yes.
Any news on the Brazilian Darker Than Wax release? So the Brazilian equivalent of the Dutch.
And
Could that happen? You mentioned it ages ago.
I know. Still gathering tracks. It's definitely going to happen. Our original plan was to tie it together with the Brazilian tour, but I think due to my hectic schedule, I don't think that's really possible.
Yeah.
But I am going to work with Nguim, and he's co-compiling that together with me. So that's definitely going to come out before 2015 ends. So yeah, for sure.
Cool. I'm glad I squeezed that one out of you.
Yeah,
Awesome,
for sure, man, bro.
Yeah, that's it for the
Keep coming.
questions.
Man, thanks a lot, man, bro.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, bro. Peace.
Bless.